Hello, everybody. This Welcome to the ninth lecture of the complete Python programming course. In this course, we are studying Python. So we have learned a lot of things about Python up until now. This will be the ninth lecture, and in this lecture, we are going to study about tuples, sets, and dictionaries. Okay. So let me give you a brief introduction about myself. I am Ritanjay Thakur. I am currently pursuing my BTech in Computer Science and Engineering from okay. So before moving on to this lecture, I would like to tell you something that you need to watch all those lecture that I have already uploaded previously before watching this, because this is this lecture will require a knowledge of all those previous lectures, because in this lecture we will be learning what tuples, sets, and dictionaries. In this we will be using a lot of concepts from the previous lectures. Okay, and if you are watching this for like revision, you can watch it without any issue, because this will be very beneficial to you if you are even if you are watching this for your revision. Okay, so now before starting on, I would like to tell you one more thing, that you need to solve all the questions that I have given you before, and also I will be providing some a lot of questions even in today's lecture, and some mini projects as well. As you already know, provide mini projects a lot, because it helps you to understand your different topics better. Okay, it helps you to apply the knowledge that you gain in every lecture to some real world issues, okay, like problems. So basically we are programming basically for like problem solving, so I'll always provide you those problems. Okay, now I would also like to tell you, you can also create an account on HackerRank. Okay, do not go on lead code right now, because it will be tough for you to solve lead code codes questions. Okay, so do one thing, please try to solve the questions, start from basics. Okay, from on the website called HackerRank. It is a very popular website where there are a lot of coding questions are provided, so you can just go on and solve those questions. Okay, it will help you a lot. Okay, and now there's one more thing. Just a minute, let me just set it up. This is going to be an interesting lecture. So I would like you to watch this lecture like in a very careful manner. Okay. So now let us move on to the next slide, which is the learning objectives. So in this video, by the end of this video, you will be able to understand tuples. Like, what are tuples? Why do we use tuples? What is the difference between tuples and all, like sets, dictionaries, and lists? Okay, lists. Okay, then we will be studying about sets, then we will learn about dictionaries are very important. We will be learning like to like what are the difference between these tuples, sets, dictionaries, and all and lists. Okay, I want you to watch the previous lecture, because in the previous lecture I told you about lists. Okay, so it is going to be used in today's lecture. Okay, then we will learn about some common methods, and then we will solve some real world problems. Okay, so this will be the this is the overview of today's lecture. We will be going to learn all of these things in today's lecture. Okay, so now before without any wasting any time, let us just start the lecture now. Okay, so the first slide here is Python collection data types. Okay, so data type are like this is a table in which there are different types of data type, like list, tuple, set, and dictionaries. So I would explain this. I will explain this table to you later on. Okay, just let us just move on. Okay, so first the slide is, what is a tuple? Okay, so tuple is an ordered collection of items. Okay, ordered means that there is a order in which the items are stored in this. Okay, so unlike list, tuple is immutable. As we have we discussed in the previous lecture, we had the privilege, or the we could just modify the lists by we could update the elements in a list. We could do those things now, but in the case of tuple, we cannot do that. And there's one more difference, that in list we use square bracket, but we use here in this case of tuple we will be using parenthesis. Okay, so this is the main difference. So as tuple is ordered, list was also ordered, but tuple is immutable. You cannot make, like, you cannot modify the tuple, okay? After creation, while creating we can add any number of like items in it, but after the creation, after the like definition of it, we cannot make like any modification to it. So, and there is one more difference is that like we will be using parenthesis here. Here's an example of tuple, which is student is a tuple, okay? So, and student has tuple has three items, okay? The name of the student, which is Rahul, age of the student, which is 20, and city of the student, which is Delhi, okay? This is the tuple, okay? Now, like, we will be learning about creating tuples, like how can we create tuples, okay? Let us just move on to our VS Code. I want you all to open your VS Code, and we will be doing this like together, how we are creating tuples, okay? So let us just create a tuple, name student, okay? So this is will be the tuple that we have created. Now what we are going to do is we will be like putting the items in a parenthesis. Now I have like written a parenthesis. Now let us just add the items. First will be the name. So suppose the name of the student is Amit. Then age, which will be like suppose 20, sorry. Then we will add name of the school. Suppose it is some XYZ school, okay? So this is the tuple that we have created. Now this will be the tuple. Now if I want to print this tuple, what I am going to do is like write print, then do this print students, okay? So this will, sorry, student, okay, this is the name. So now if I execute this code, this tuple is going to be printed. As you can see, this tuple has three items, 1 2 3. This is going to be printed. Now let us just take check the type of this, like what is the data type, okay? So how do we do that? Just write print, then type, inside parenthesis what we are going to write, the name of the tuple, which is student, okay? Now if I run this, I will get class tuple, okay? This is the thing that we are getting. Why? Because this belongs to the, like, this is tuple, so this is what we are getting. Okay, now let us just move on to the slide. What are the things that have been mentioned? As you can see, this is there are three tuples, okay, here. Now here comes one interesting thing. How do we, like, when we create a tuple with only single element, at that point of time, what are we supposed to do? Like, how do we create that? Suppose like there's a tuple called item, sorry, item, okay, and it has only one item, which is suppose something like hello. This is stored in this. Now when you do this, and this is like normally when you do this, and then if I just try to check the data type, this, the data type will not be tuple. Why? Let me tell you why. Let first let me just show it to you. What is the data type of this? Like when I check this, the data type will be string. Why? Even though I have added a parenthesis, the data type is still showing like a string. Why? Because when you add this parenthesis, the like the computer that we have does not understand, like takes this like thing as a integer, okay, sorry, as a string. Why? Like why? Because without this so for this to be considered as a tuple, like we need to add one thing to it, which is a comma. So when you add this, now if you check this, like when you check the data type, it is going to be tuple. So for a single item tuple, like when you add only single element, you need to add this comma as well, otherwise it will be considered to a string, okay? So this is how it has been designed, okay? So if you do not add like comma, it will not be considered as a tuple, it will be considered as a string. Always keep this in mind, okay? So this is going to be very important for you to remember, because without this, when you you will think that I have created a tuple, but in actual sense it will be considered to be a string by the computer, okay? Now let us move on to the next slide, which is accessing tuple elements. So just like the before, just like before, how we were accessing the elements of a list, in the same way we will be accessing the elements of a tuple. Okay, just let me just create a new tuple, same as the tuple will be student, sorry, and Amit will, his name will be Amit, 20 will be his age. Then I will just add one more thing. Suppose that Delhi is his city. Okay. Now, if I want to access all of these like elements of these tuples, what I'm going to do, I will be using indentation, like sorry, indexing. I'm sorry, indexing. So how do we access these elements using index? First, let me just see. Let me tell you what are the indexes. Like this Amit is present at the 0th index, 20 is present at the first index, and Delhi is present at the second index. So just by using these indexes, we can access these elements. How? Just write this print student, sorry, student, then square bracket. Inside the square bracket, write the index uh, that you want to access. Suppose I am accessing this 0th index, so this is going to be printed, which is Amit. Okay. Now if I just change the index, suppose I want to add like access this Delhi. Okay, so I will write second index. So at second index Delhi is present, so Delhi is going to be printed. So in the same way, like in this, just like we were like accessing the elements in a list, in the same way we will be doing this in the case of tuple as well. Okay. Now like just like negative index in the list, this tuple also has negative indexing. Now if I do this -1, it will give me Delhi. Why? Because negative indexing starts from the last element, which is Delhi, then minus, it will move towards the left side, which is 20, which is -2, then it will be -3. So just write -2. Okay, 20 will be printed. Why? It is present at the this index. Okay, as you can already see, this is going like this is similar to the list that we have discussed before. Okay, now let us move on to the next slide. Okay, which is tuple slicing. As just like we were slicing the like part of like accessing some part of a list, in the same way we can do this in the case of tuple as well. But this will be giving the this will give us the copy of like the part of the tuple. Okay, it won't make changes to the original tuple. Okay, because tuple itself is immutable, so when we like use slicing, it does not make changes to the original tuple. It just creates a copy of it and gives us that. Okay, so now suppose I want to access these two elements like this Amit and 20. So what I'm going to do, write 0, then I will write the element where it has to like the index, sorry, where it has to stop. It has to stop at second, so I will be writing 3, because 3 will not be included. So only 0, Amit and 20 is going to be included. That if I have to like, we can just skip this, but I am writing this. This will be the step that it has to, that it will take while slicing. Since I have written 1, if I do not write anything, it will already by default consider it to be the step to be 1. But I am just for the purpose of showing it to you, I will be writing this as well. So now if I execute this code, I am getting uh, sorry, this is the 0th element. I am really sorry. Since for accessing these two, I will have to write 2. Why? Because this is 0, this is first, this is second. When I was writing 3, it was printing all these things. Like now if I write this, it is printing only these two elements, which is Amit and 20. Why? Because these two are present. Now if I just change, make a little tweak, if I just write 1 and do not write say anything here, what will happen? Now I have just mentioned the starting index only, not the ending index. It will print me 20 and Delhi. Why? Because it will start from here. Since the last element, like the stopping index, is not present, so it will go until the last index. Okay, so it will print me this. Okay, now if I do not add any of these things, like, so it will be printing me the whole tuple. Why? Because that's like just in the like we discussed this in the case of list, it will be similar to the list. When we do not add these things, any of the like indexes, it will be printing us the whole tuple. Okay, So for this reason, I have told you before that you have to watch the last lecture. Okay, if you have watched the last lecture, it will be very like you will be recalling it a lot of things, because the in the last lectures all of these things were similar, like same thing was happening in the case of list as well. Okay, so this is how we do slicing in the tuple. I hope you understood all these things. Now tuple methods. Tuple has only two methods, okay, which is count and index. Okay, since we cannot make changes to the, like, tuple is immutable, so we cannot make changes. So there are only two methods, okay, which is count and index. So count is used for counting something, like which is uh, present how many times, such as this. Okay, now let us create a first. There are two, na, which is index and count. So suppose I have to find the index of number 20. Okay, so what I'm going to do is print student dot index 20. Sorry, 20. It will give me 1. Why? Because 20 is present at the first index. Okay, now if I just change this some, like, it to Delhi, it will give us 2. Why? Because Delhi is present at the second index. Okay, now if I just do one thing which is not present in this, suppose I am writing Mumbai. Okay, since Mumbai is not present in this tuple, let's see what is the output here. It is going to give us error. Why? Because it will give us value error, because this thing is not present. This item is not present in this tuple, so we are going to get the error. Okay. Now there's one more thing, which was count. Okay, so a count is used to count the number of occurrences in of an item in a tuple. So how are we going to do this? Suppose I just write one more 20 here. Then 20 is now 2 times in this. Now let us just count the number of occurrences of 20. Okay, student dot count. What are we counting? 20. Like how many times this 20, this number is occurring inside this, like, is present. Since it is present 2 times, we are getting 2 as an output. Okay, so okay, this is 2 is the output. Okay, as you can already see. So this is the, like, this is how we use the methods in a tuple. Okay, I hope you understood all of these things. Now let us just move on to the next slide. Okay, which is why use tuple. So tuple, like when we use tuple, the data inside tuple does not change. So it can be used to store those values who are like that are unchangeable, which do not change. Okay, it's just like date of birth, coordinates, like the place that you are right now has some coordinates to it. Like when we enter those coordinates, we will be able to pinpoint the specific location. So these things do not change. Okay, so like GPS location and database records, they, like most of the database this base record, like old records, they do not require changes. So we can use tuple in that case to, so that even accidentally there's any changes are not made on those data sets. Okay, I hope you understood this. Like, what is a set? Now comes set. Okay, so set is an unordered collection of a unique items. Okay, so duplicate value, like in the, like previously we were discussing that how many times 20 was occurring and all. So but in the case of set, an item cannot occur more than one time. So if there's like there is an item more than once, so it will be considered to be occurring only at like one time. Okay, so let me show it to you how it will be happening. Just like in the, like when we create a set, we use a curly braces. Okay, for list we were using square brackets. uh, for tuple we were using parentheses, and now for this, like set, we will be using curly braces. Okay, so now let us just see the characteristics of a set. Sets are mutable, they can be changed, like unordered, and they have no duplicate values. So like when, like, no duplicate values are allowed, and like it is used for fast searching. Okay, so now let us just create a set. How do we create a set? Let's just set1. Suppose this is a set I have created. Now just add some numbers. Let's 20, sorry, 20 for 20, 34, then again 20, 1, 5. Let me just print this set now. When I print this set, let's see the output. It is not printing 22 times, but 20 is present 2 times, as you can see, 20, 20, but it is not printing 22 times. Why? Because this does not allow, the set does not allow duplicate values. So even if you enter 22 times, it won't consider it when you print it. Okay, I hope you understood it. And you can see there's no order to it. Before, like in the like earlier, when in the case of set and all, set and tuple, when we were adding some elements to it, like items to it, and when we were printing this, it was getting printed in the same order, in the way that it was entered. But right now here, as first, like 20 is there, but 20 is present at the third place, then 1 is there in at the fifth place, like fourth place, but 1 is printed first here. So there's no order to it. So you just need to keep this in mind as well. Okay. Now, how do we create an empty set? For creating an empty set, as you can see, this is how we created a set. We used a curly brace. Okay. Now, if we want to create an empty set, let us just see how do we do that. For one thing that will come to your mind is that just do this. When you do this, let us just check the data type of it. Now we are going to check the data type of this. So when I check the data type of it, it is not printing set, it is printing dict, which is for dictionary, but it is set for us. Like we wanted to create a set. When I add an element to it, it becomes a set. But why is, like, suppose I'm adding 20 to it. Now let us just see what is the output. Now it is becoming set. So how do we how are we supposed to create an empty set? Because when I add an element to it, it is like it is considered to be a set. But when I remove all the elements and just do like uh, leave this like parenthesis, like curly braces, but at that point of time it is considered as a dictionary. So how do we solve this problem? We create an empty set by doing this. We will just write set, then we will write set, this is the name of the set, then we wrote equal to, which is like assignment operator, then we wrote like set, then I have written a parenthesis. Now if I check the data type of it, it is going to print a set. So this is how we create an empty set, by using this set operator. Okay. So this is how we do it. So here comes one more thing. How do we add elements to a set? For adding elements to a set, how do we do that? So this is how do we do it. Like first is like fruits dot update, like fruits dot add. That's how we add an element. Suppose I have to add an element to it. This is an empty set. We have already discussed. Now if I want to add an element to it, suppose I do this set one dot add. What do we add to it? Suppose I'm adding hello to it. This is a string that I want to add. Now if I want print this, for seeing the output, like for seeing if this is actually added to it or not, we will be printing this set. Okay, set one. Okay, now if I execute this, let's see the output. It is printing, it is not printing an empty set, it is printing hello. Now but if I just remove this, if I just comment this out, now if I run this, I'm going to get an empty set. Just a minute. So when I remove this, it is not printing us the desired thing. Okay, so just when I just add this, like again, okay, and remove the comments, now if I run this, I'm getting hello into it. So this is how we add an element. So now if I just want to uh, add multiple elements, this is how we add a single element. But if I want to add multiple elements to it, so we will be using update. How do we use it? Just write, as you can see here. How do we use it? Just do one thing, set one dot update. Okay, inside the parenthesis, how are we going to do? Just do one thing, write suppose 20 comma 50. Now if I print set 1, it is printing us this whole like these two, like both of these things have been added to it. Now it is printing us 50 20 hello. Now here as well you can see I have written 20 first, but the order is not in the same way. So this is how this also shows that the set is not ordered. Okay, now let us move on to the next slide, which is removing elements from a set. These are the like examples, how like methods how we use uh, by which we remove elements from a set. First is remove. First is remove. Just let's just remove the. Uh, let us just create a new set. In this, I will be adding some number 20, 30, 40, 50. So how do we use remove the elements? Just like set one dot remove, enter the element that you have to remove, such as like suppose I want to remove 30. Okay, now if I print this set again, it will not have 30 in it. Okay, you can see this 40, 50, 20 is the only thing that is present here. Okay, the second method is discard. Okay, so how do we just instead of this remove, right, discard. It is like giving us only 40, 50, 20. 30 is not present here again. Okay, the third method is pop. So pop will just remove a random one. You do not have to enter any item to it. When you use pop, just write set one dot pop. It will remove one. It is removing 20 from 30 from it. Sorry, 40 from it. It is removing 40 from it. Okay, now the last one is clear. Okay, it will just remove all the elements that are present in this. Just write clear. It will remove all those elements that are present inside this. So this is just printing us, giving us an empty set. Okay, I hope you understood this. So now let us just move on to the next slide, which is set operations. So there are several operations that we can do on set. Just like in mathematics, this is similar to this. First is the union of the set. So when you use union of the set, two sets A and B, you will be combining those two sets. Okay. So when I do, like here's the Venn diagram. So in this Venn diagram, as we can see, there's a set A and there's a set B. So when we do union of these two sets, we mean that we want, like we are considering these two whole sets. Okay, but just remember one thing, when you do union, there's one thing that you have to keep in mind, which is this thing, this part, like here, as you can see, this part will be will come two times. So just remember one thing, then you have to remove it for once. Okay, so this is how we do this. Now if I do one thing, suppose set 1 is this and I create set 2. Okay, and inside this I add Pranav, Rahul and all. Okay, So now if I use set operations such as union, and what I'm going to do is print set1, set2. Let us just see the output now. What is being printed? A third set which has both elements of both the sets is being printed. Okay, so this is the third set that is being printed, which contains elements of the both set. As you can already see here also there is no order to it, because 30 is between Pranav and Rahul, but in this like set 30 was between 20 and 40, so there is no order to it. So this is how we do this is what it means by union of two sets. When we do unions of two sets, the element that is present in the first and second set will come together and form a new set. Okay, I hope you understood this as well. Okay, now let us move on to the next, sorry, let us move on to the next side, which is intersection. So intersection means it will print us only those elements which are present in both the sets. Suppose I add 20 and 30 to it, sorry, and 30 to it. So it will print us only these two elements. Why? This is what intersection means. Intersection means it will print us only those elements that are present in both the sets. If like here in this case, 20 and 30 are present in both the sets. So when we do intersection, it will print us these two elements only. So how do we print? Use intersection, just write set1, like use this and symbol, set2. Okay, so this and symbol is used for intersection, and the pipe symbol that I used earlier was used for union. Okay, I hope you understood this. So now if I run this, let's just run this, I'm getting 20 and 30 as an output. Why? Because 20 and 30 are now present in this, present in both of the sets. Okay, now let us move on to the next part, which will be another set operation, which is difference. So difference, just like in this Venn diagram, difference means when you difference two sets like A and B, it will remove, or it will only print us the element which is present only in first, like one of the sets. Okay, so it will not print those elements which are present in the second set also. Just like here, let me just tell you one thing. Here 20 and 30 are present in both the sets. So when I do this, set 1 minus, that's how we use difference. Set 2, it will not print 20 and 30. Why? 20 and 30 are present in both the sets, so it will ignore these things. This is what it means by difference. It means just like that, remove these two elements, since it is remove all those elements of set 1 that are present also in set 2, and give the output to the user. So now if I run this, it is printing us 40 and 50 only. Why? Because 40 and 50 are the only two elements that are not present in set 2 as well. So now if I, like, this is also, this has an order to it, because if you write set 2 first, so it will print you Pranav and Rahul here, because that's how we do this. In the previous cases, we were not using this, like this was not necessary, but here it is necessary. Why? Because when you just flip the places of the sets, the output is different. Okay, I hope you understood. The fourth and last comes is symmetric difference. So symmetric difference means when you take two sets which has some common elements, like set 1 has some elements and set 2 has some element, but these two sets has some common elements in both of them. So when you use symmetric difference, it will remove those common elements from it. Okay, just like in this case, this middle part is hollow. Why? Because this part in this Venn diagram, let me just show it to you. This part, like here, this part, this whole part, this is common to both of them. So now let us just use this symmetric difference. Now if I do this, it is printing me Rahul 40 50 Pranam. Why? Because Rahul 40 50 Pranam are those elements which are like which are like Rahul and Pranava is like common, like is present only in this set, in set 2, and 40 and 50 present in set 1 only. So it is ignoring this 20 and 30 which is present in both of the sets, and printing us only those elements which are not common in both of the sets. Okay, so that this is mean symmetric difference. Okay, I hope you understood all of these things. It is important for you to know all of these things. If you are not able to like remember all of these things, do not worry. Just practice some questions based on this. Okay, and I will be providing you some of the questions in the last of the lecture. Just solve all those questions and do not worry. Okay, just remember one thing that you have to keep in mind is that you will have to remember the symbol. Okay, so if you do not remember the symbol, you won't be able to execute these things. So remember the symbol that are like used for the specific cases, right? Just as and was used before for intersection, pipe was used for union, like subtraction, like that minus sign was used for difference, and this sign is used for uh, symmetric difference. Okay, just keep this in mind. Okay, now let us move on to the next slide, which are some of the examples. Here are some of the examples. This is 1 2 3 and 3 4 5. These are two sets. First, what is doing a pipe B. Like this is what does it mean? It means A union B. What will be the output? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be the output as a set. Okay, a set will be printed which will have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, when we do A and B, which is A intersection B, it will print us uh, 3 only. Why? Because 3 is present in both of them. When we do A minus B, it will print 1 and 2 only. Why? Because 3 is common to both of them, so 3 will not be printed. Okay, so what now let us move on to the next slide, which is talking about what is a dictionary. Okay, so dictionary is a dictionary stores data in a key value pair. It is a data type which stores some items in a key value pair. Means there will be a key and attached to it there will be a value. Okay, so here's an example of dictionary which is student. Okay, let us just create our own dictionary one. Suppose I am giving it as dict1. Okay, this is the dictionary that I've created. So first it will have something called name. Okay, so now this will be the key, and how do I add the value to it? Just write colon, then write the value. Suppose the name is what should I add the name as? Daya. Okay, this is the name. So now how do you add second element? Just write a comma here. Sorry, then the second element will be first we will be adding a key to it. Suppose age is the key. Now if now I am adding age, which is like 20. So this is a dictionary that we have created here. Okay, so that's how we create a dictionary. Now suppose if I want to print, let us just see the output. This is the output. First is name, Daya, age 20. So this is a dictionary that we have created. This name is the key, and this Daya is a value that is associated to it. This age is key, and 20 is a value that is associated to it, which is called a value. Okay, so now let us just as usual we will be like checking its data type. Okay, type, let us just execute this code. The output is dict. So this is of the dict class. Okay, dict class. Okay, now let us move on to the next slide. Okay, so why dictionaries? Like suppose you have like a data about a student. Okay, and for that data, suppose it has three things. Okay, name, age, and Rahul, city. Sorry. So when you want to store it, if you do not use dictionary, you will have to create three separate variables and store the data into it. So instead of doing this, you can use a dictionary, like create a single variable and use a key value pair to store all those things. Okay, so this will be more convenient for you, this will be more easier for you, and this will be even more organized. Okay, this is more organized than the previous method. Okay, because all those data are present in a single variable now. Okay, single dictionary now. Now how do we access a value, like access values in a dictionary? So we will be doing this. Okay, so how do we access values in a dictionary? We will, so let us just discuss how do we access a value to it, of it from a dictionary. So first we will be writing print. Since we are accessing a value, we will have to print something. Print, then we will write name of the dictionary, which is dict one. Okay, this is the name of the dictionary. Then we add a square bracket, and inside the square bracket I will write the name, the key. Okay, so I am adding name. This is the key. Using this key we will be accessing the value which is there. Okay, since name is like there is associated to this key. Okay, so there is printing. Okay, getting printed. Okay, now if I just change the key, I will be writing age. Okay, so this will be our key this time. So the value which is stored here is 20. So this is how we are printing it. Now there's one more method here. It is discussed, which is get. How do we do that? Just write one thing. Print dict dot get. Okay, now inside this get, write the key. Okay, so now if I do this and execute this, I will get 20. Why? Because this is the key and the value which is present here is 20. So this is being printed. Okay, these are two methods I have discussed with you. Now let us move on to the next slide, which is adding a data. How do we add a data to a dictionary? So for that, just do one thing. Just suppose I have to add a data, like suppose I have to add city to it. City and the name of the city. How am I going to do this? Just write the name of the dictionary, which is dict1, then write city. Okay, then write assignment operator and write name of the city, such as Mumbai. Okay, this is the name of the city. Now if I print the dictionary again, I'm getting the updated version of the dictionary, which is also containing this city and like Mumbai. These key value, like one more key value pair is added here, which is city Mumbai. Okay, so this is how we add an element to it. Now if I have to update the dictionary, suppose if I have to update the age is like the age changes every year. So if I have to update the age, how am I supposed to do this? Just write dict1, then enter the like age, like this key, half, and write equals to, enter new age. Suppose it is 21 now. Now if I print the dictionary again, the output is, the first output will be the previous dictionary, because here it is not, there's no changes has been made to age. But the second time the dictionary is being printed, it contains 21. Why? Because the age has been updated. So that's how we update the data. Okay, just write name of the dictionary, then square bracket, inside the square bracket write the key. Okay, then write like after use assignment operator and write the value that you have to store or update. Okay. Okay, now here comes the removing data. Like how can we remove a data from a dictionary? So okay, these are the methods. Suppose we use print dict one dot pop. Just run this. Sorry, pop, write name. Okay, so now if I sorry, dict1 dot pop, pop. Now when I write this key, this whole thing is removed. Okay, so that's how we do this. Okay, so I just write dict1 dot pop. Inside the pop I give the key, the key like who's like that I want to delete. So this whole key value pair is being deleted. Okay, now this comes here is like pop item. So just run this. When I do this pop item, it will randomly delete one item. Since like I have already told you, in most of the cases, since dictionary is also ordered, so in most of the cases it will delete the, like remove the last entered key value pair. Since the last one is age 20, so this is being removed. So but if I just change it to Delhi, sorry, city, and then add Delhi, if I do this, sorry, now if I pop item, use this pop item, at this, like right now city Delhi is being removed. So every time when you do this, in most of the cases, normally last key value pair will be removed. Okay, now let us move on to the next part, which is, sorry, you can use clear. Just before we were using clear, it will remove all the key value pairs inside it. Use clear, it is going to remove all those, like we are getting an empty dictionary right now. Okay, so that's how we use all these things. Let us move on to the next slide, which is dictionary methods, key values items, update and copy. Okay, this is an example of just a, like this is a program. Okay, let us just copy this program. Okay, now as you can see, this is a dictionary. Okay, this is a dictionary which has three uh, elements, like key value pairs: name Alex, age 21, college is LPU. Okay, so now there are some of the methods mentioned here. The first is, like first there's a variable being created which is student backup. Okay, so we are creating a copy of a dictionary. How do we create a copy? Just write the name of the dictionary, which is student, then write dot, then write copy. If you do this, a copy of a dictionary is created. Okay, so when you print this, it will print, give you, like this is how we create a copy of a dictionary. The second method, like, is uh, printing the keys. Okay, so printing all the keys of the dictionary. Okay, so let me just comment these two things out first. So do one thing. Now if I run this, sorry, now if I run this, you will see it is printing the keys that are like of this dictionary. How are we printing? Writing, we are writing. If you do not, even if you not write this keys, okay, it will still work. Why? Okay, you do not have to write this thing, just write only this part is necessary. Okay, this part is only necessary to print, for printing the keys of the dictionary. Okay, just write name of the dictionary, which is student, then write dot, then write keys, and add a parenthesis to it. It will print the dictionaries of this like keys of this dictionary, which is name, age, and college. Okay, now in the same way, if we have to print uh, the values, sorry, if you have to print the values, we will be writing print student dot values, which, because student is the name of the dictionary, and values, so here the values are being printed as well. Okay, values Alex, 21, and LPU. Okay, now if I have to update the dictionary, so how am I going to update? The first method I have already told you how we were updating the data. The second one is student.update. Okay, so here we are updating age, because we are right now updating like multiple things and adding some items to it as well. So age is being updated, and two key value pair is being added. Okay, so that's how we do it. as you can see, uh, this is this has been updated. Okay, now here comes one more interesting thing. How do we print all those elements, like every element of a dictionary? How do we do that? We will be using a loop. Okay, first write, create like a loop, use a for loop, write for key value. Name can be different as well. I'm using the name here, like name of the variables is as key and value, key comma value. You can use I comma j as well. In what, after writing in, I will write student dot items. It means the items, like everything that is present in the dictionary. Okay, I will write print f key and colon and value. This is how, so it will print us all the elements of the dictionary in a key value pair. Okay, so name is a name Alex, age 21, college LPU. This is getting printed. Okay, so that's how we print all those elements in a list. Let us move on to the next slide, which is also talking about looping through the dictionary. Okay, that's how we loop through a dictionary. Okay, now comes the nested dictionary. So when we create, like use a dictionary inside a dictionary, this is called a next nested dictionary. Okay, we are just copying the program. Okay, so this is a nested dictionary. Why? Because student itself is a big dictionary, and inside it, one is the key, and value is a dictionary also. Okay, so value is a dictionary which has key value pairs, name Rahul, marks 85. Now if you, now if one comes one thing, like if you want to access the elements of this like second dictionary, how do you do that? You will have to write student, then you will have to write the key one, then after you have to add another square bracket inside and have to enter the keys, name of the key, like which have, whose value have to you want to access. Suppose I want to access marks. Okay, so I will be writing, so when I have written this, and now if I run this, I am getting like 95 is getting printed. Why? Because at this, like first I wrote 1, so it is, because it will move on to this part, this value. Now in, so what I'm going to access is 95, so I will add another square bracket and write the another, like I have written one more key which is of this dictionary, which is marks. So now this is printing this. Okay, suppose if I remove this, the whole dictionary will be printed. Why? Because this one is a key and this whole dictionary is a value, so this whole dictionary is getting printed. I hope you understood this. So this is what nested dictionary is. When we like create, like use it, when there's a dictionary inside a dictionary, that is called nested dictionary. Okay, it is not so complex. I hope you understood this. Okay, just as previously in the previous cases, we used to access in the elements using in the case of nested list. In the same way, we will be using like accessing elements in the nested dictionary as well. Use two elements, like use two square brackets, because there are two dictionaries, and first dictionary will be for this bigger dictionary, like this square bracket is for this. Okay, now if I want to access the second like elements of the second dictionary, I will have to enter one more square bracket. If there would have been another dictionary inside any of these two dictionaries, I would have to use like three uh, square brackets. Okay, I hope you understood this. Moving on to the next slide, which is dictionary applications. Dictionary applications are like student records. You can create student records with the help of this phone contacts. Okay, banking system, student profiles, JSON data, and all. You can this is these are some of the applications of a dictionary. Okay, now here comes the comparison. Okay, this was the table that I was telling you about. So this was the table of the in the first slide as well. This is the table which contains data type ordered mutable duplicates. Okay, so list is ordered, is mutable and allows duplicate values as well. Okay, tuple is also ordered but is not mutable. You cannot make changes to a tuple. Okay, but it can store duplicate values. Okay, set is not ordered. We have seen about this already because randomly elements are being printed. Mutable, set is mutable. We were able to make changes to the mutable. We were able to modify the like tuple, sorry, set. Then dictionary, like sorry, duplicates. Set does not allow duplicates. Okay, then comes dictionary. Dictionary is ordered, mutable, but just keep this in mind that keys in a dictionary cannot be duplicates. Mean if I create a dictionary which is dict one is a dictionary. If I create one, add I, and if I want to, like, if I give the same key name to the second one, suppose if I write one again and write something else like how, sorry, it will throw error. I mean, sorry, it will not throw error. It will not consider this. Why? Sorry, it will not consider this. Why? Because it is overriding this. So duplicate keys are not allowed in this as well. If you add duplicate keys, it will not consider the second, oh sorry, first one. Okay, and now moving on, this is a mini project that you can make, which is like student record. There's a dictionary has been created. You just have to find average, highest and lowest marks. Okay, then there's a practice question here. Here are some practice questions, which is like create a student database, phone book, employee record. These are the question, like these are the practice questions that you can solve. I recommend you to solve all of those, like all of these. Okay, then here's the common mistakes. Okay, so we use empty using parenthesis for empty set. When we use like curly braces for empty set, sorry, so it will just it will and it will considered, it will be considered as a dictionary, not as a set. So for it to be considered as a set, you will have to use set keyword. Okay, set keyword. Okay, then we cannot modify a tuple. Thus we cannot have duplicate keys in our dictionaries. Okay, so these are some of the common mistakes that you have to keep in mind. Then this is a homework question. Okay, you can do this. And here is the summary of the lecture. So we discussed about tuples. So we discussed a lot about tuples. What are tuples? How do we use tuple? Why use tuples? Then we discussed about set. So like set does not allow like duplicates. Set is not ordered. Set is mutable. So these are the things that we discussed. Then we discussed about dictionaries. Okay. Oh, how do we use dictionaries? Applications of dictionaries. Okay. Then we use like learned about methods, like some of the methods that we can apply on those on these things. Then we learned comparison, and like we saw the comparison between these like four, okay, sets, dictionaries, tuples and lists. Okay, then we learned about like we saw some real world applications. Okay, so I hope this lecture was beneficial. I hope you understood on the topics well. But if you have like if you could not understand some of the things, I just recommend you to watch it again and solve the questions that I have provided, because it will give you a solid foundation. Okay, so when you so that if you feel a topic is difficult, just there's only one solution to it. Just solve some questions based on that topics. The more you will solve the question on the topic, the easier it will get for you in the future. Okay, I hope you have uh, I hope you understood most of the topics, but if you still could not grasp a lot, I will some topics, just solve the questions that I am providing you. Okay, thank you for watching this video lecture. Okay, thank you. Bye. let's meet in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.